People's Republic of China. I look forward to calling you, sir. It's an honor calling you to the stage so that you could actually elaborate and share your opinion and knowledge with this audience for today's seminar. Please, sir.
Yeah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. First of all, my sincere thanks to Mr. Ishfaq Khattak for inviting me to this prestigious upcoming institution. And also, I really appreciate the briefing given by the Chancellor. I think it's very heartening to see such institutions and such able colleagues, intellectuals, faculty members, students as well. Because when we, in our private lives, social lives, we talk so much of doom and gloom these days. It saddens my heart. Because actually, in Pakistan, we have such enclaves like your institution, which are endeavoring to make their contribution to national development. And this is what is needed in Pakistan. So I'm very happy to know the comprehensive and the elaborate program which you are following. Although this is a new institution, this is not an old institution. And so many disciplines you have introduced here. And this university is engaged in foreign collaboration and collaboration with the Austrian universities and Chinese universities. Some Chinese universities, of course, I know because I was there. So my compliments. And this idea of a center of excellence on railway engineering, this is need-driven. And I'm sure that our industry, our economy, if we want to become a knowledge economy, that we need a replication of such centers where training is imparted, home-driven, which is required indigenously by Pakistan. And things are changing very fast, so we have to keep pace. So my compliments to Mr. Khattak also. Once I was, looking at the development process of China, and those who have been to China will bear me out. They have developed a very efficient and an integrated system where academia and industry, with the support of the government, of course, fulfills its responsibility and obligation in national development. I'll give you one example. If you travel in China, you will see that it's nothing but, of course, infrastructure is good and they are developing. You will see tunnels after tunnels and bridges after bridges. So, and I did a little bit of research of my own. Then I came to know that, of course, there is an apex body, which is a ministry, like in our case, maybe Ministry of Communications. And then there are departments under that ministry. So I'll pick up the department under the Ministry of Transportation and Communication, what is that called? Whatever that's called. The the department which specializes, for example, in bridges, which are being built in China. You know, this Macau, Hong Kong bridge they have built over the sea, which is about, I think, 53 kilometers long. Now, and then that department is supported by a full-fledged, empowered research institute, think tank, where experts and specialists are lodged, and they are doing nothing but continued research on the technology of bridge building. And they are the ones which are supporting the Department of Bridges and their Ministry of Communications, and that is how they are successful in that. Anyway, I think I have been asked to share my thoughts on China-Pakistan relations, China-Pakistan economic corridor. I think it's a buzzword, and we are into the 10th year of our CPEC. Well, you may find me somewhat frank and candid. I try to give you my opinion because the CPEC started when I just happened to be there. I did not start CPEC. These are the people who started. Mr. Khattak used to come there very often. What I'm saying is that the process started when I was posted in China. So I've seen the entire evolution of at least the first phase, because I was there from 2013 to 2019. It's a long time for me, 6.5 years. But very unique and memorable experience, not only to see the Chinese development process, of 4 decades, and to learn about it. 800 million people pulled out of acute poverty in about 35, 40 years. It's amazing. Their per capita income, when they started this modernization program and opening up in 1978, 79, it was about $180. And Pakistan at that time was about $250. Now compare yourself. I mean, I'm sharing this for your own thinking and introspection on what they have done. And before I start my points on China relations and CPEC, I also want to really acknowledge the services and contribution of Dr. Atar Rahman, whom I hold in great esteem, and I wish you were here today. I have been fortunate in professionally interacting with him. First in South Korea, when I was there, he came, and then there was some exchange programs and all that which were initiated. Then I was in Malaysia, again, by good fortune, and then in China, where he received the highest award from the government of China. So you are lucky that you have a person in the form of Dr. Atar Rahman, who is a mentor, a guide for this institution. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, BRI, Belt and Road Initiative, was started in 2013, 10 years. And CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, is the flagship signature project of BRI. I'll give you an explanation of BRI with the help of a Chinese proverb. Now, when you talk to Chinese leaders, Chinese intellectuals, Chinese professors, in their conversation, they come up with various idioms and proverbs because Chinese place a lot of premium on their culture and rich civilization. Like we have our culture and civilization. You are sitting right to the hub of Buddha's Gandhara civilization. Yet, of course, like other areas, we have neglected to take full advantage of our rich cultural heritage in terms of projecting it and making it what you are doing here, to commercialize it, to sell it for earning the hard, foreign exchange of which we are short of. So I'll give you this, how Chinese explain Belt and Road Initiative. And I quote, a single threat cannot make a cord, nor a single tree a forest. Unquote. So single tree cannot make a forest. So you have to have communities, civilizations, countries together, joined together to tackle with huge challenges, myriad of challenges which the world faces. And no single country is in a position to handle the problems of climate change, transnational crimes, drug trafficking. Look at these migration, mass migration. European countries are at a loss to tackle. So this is the concept of BRI. Now, some data, initial data. And this is a study by the Brookings Institution of the United States, which was published in February this year. And it says that over the last decade, the BRI has given out about $1 trillion in loans and other funds financing for development projects in almost 150 countries. This is the cumulative figure. And, well, it talks of a Gallup survey, 2/3 of the world where this money has gone, they support BRI and they appreciate China's contribution. So my point is that we are not the only country which is benefiting, but CPEC is one of the 6 corridors which was launched by China. The other 5 are between more than 2 countries. China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is the only one which is a bilateral, दो तरफा है ये कॉरिडोर, ठीक है, दो गवर्नमेंट्स के दरमियान, पाकिस्तान और चीन के दरमियान ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, एग्रीमेंट है कि हमें डेवलप करें. अब now we are trying to extend it to Afghanistan. I will not go into the specifics of what CPEC has achieved. I think all of you are quite well informed that briefly, when CPEC started, it was notionally in 2013 when the agreement was signed. MOU was signed in July 2013. But the first 1.5 years roughly, it took in conceptualizing what is CPEC. CPEC was not just one project, एक कोई फैक्ट्री लगानी है या कोई एक यूनिट लगाना. There were multiple projects. So we had to strategize, our people, Chinese experts, Pakistani experts, we had to sit together. कैसे करेंगे? From where the finances will come? What will be the technical feasibility, financial feasibility, location, nitty-gritty. So it took some time. Experts started exchanging information and there was interaction. Railway, the center here. I'm glad you have developed this center, you established this center, much needed in the field of railway engineering. So railway had its own, counterparts from Railway Administration of China. And there were marathon meetings, teams would come. We constituted a joint task force to implement this mega project. Later on, it was converted into a joint cooperation committee, which is now headed by our Minister for Planning, Pakistan, and his counterpart from China. They are the ones, this is the decision-making body for CPEC. Now, when CPEC started, 4 areas, briefly, were agreed upon between Pakistan and China. Number 1 was power sector, energy sector. This was cluster number 1. Number 2 was infrastructure and communications, railways, roads, highways, orange line, this and that. Number 3 was Gwadar Port, Gwadar City Smart Plan, and its allied infrastructure. This was the 3rd cluster. And the 4th cluster was Special Economic Zones, Industrial Park. These were the 4 clusters. Now, power and infra, actually all the clusters were added, at our request, but power sector was our priority because Pakistan was facing a huge energy shortfall at that time. And now the situation is much better in terms of power generation, infusion of electricity in your system. So these were the 4 areas. I think if you go to the website of Government of Pakistan, Ministry of Planning, Ministry of Energy, I think you can get a lot of information as to what has been achieved under these 4 clusters. Broadly speaking, I think about 11 or 12 energy projects have been completed, more are in pipeline. Now we are focusing on, initially we went for coal power projects. थर के बारे में आप सुनते हैं, थर कोल 50 साल से 60 साल से पड़ा हुआ था, कोई उसको एक्सप्लॉइट नहीं करता था। अब हमने उसको एक्सप्लॉइट करके चाइनीज मदद से पावर जनरेशन शुरू कर दी। तो ये कामयाबियां हैं। हमारा और प्रोजेक्ट्स चल रहे हैं अभी, और अब वी आर आल्सो taking Chinese help to develop hydrogen projects and renewables. Transport, I think more than 800 kilometers of roads have been built in the first phase, and now more projects are. Gwadar, new airport, international airport, 2nd or 3rd, I think biggest in Pakistan, will come into operation this year. East PEC expressway has been completed, and some of the vocational institutes and this and that hospital, etc. They have been completed. SEZs, still a lot of work needs to be done. Hatar में तो बहुत पुराना राशाकाई में बना है, लेकिन I think Rashakai is so far performed well compared to 2 others or 3 others. But still, I think we have not been able to attract foreign investment because special economic zones purpose ये है कि हम कंपनीज को लेकर आए, चाइनीज कंपनीज को लेकर आए, दूसरी कंपनीज को लेकर आए, प्रोजेक्ट बेस्ड कोऑपरेशन शुरू हो, हमारा मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट्स लगे, फैक्ट्रीज लगे, ताकि वो एक्सपोर्ट बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स बनाएं। अब ये जो है आपका जो कॉन्सेप्ट है यहाँ का कि वो आप यू आर टैपिंग द लोकल टैलेंट आल्सो, unemployed youths, you are incorporating them gradually, incrementally into your system so they are trained and then they become useful citizens for Pakistan. So these are 4 areas, and now we are technically into 2nd phase of CPEC. Under CPEC's 2nd phase, we have broadened the areas of cooperation. We have added agriculture, which is very important for Pakistan, industrial cooperation, hopefully SEZs will reach somewhere, and then we have health, education, science and technology, IT, socio-economic livelihood projects, and tourism. This area is a huge potential for tourism. Yet a lot of work has to be done in Pakistan on CPEC. This is what I want to emphasize. Actually, what is this? I think I'll take about 5-6 minutes more. That was, CPEC done to Pakistan. Why CPEC is important? Of course, wherever I go, and I'm sure there will be some questions here too. But there are a lot of questions, and इसमें कोई बुराई नहीं है कि आप criticism करें, लेकिन constructive criticism होना चाहिए। जब criticism होता है, तो हमें अपने आप को भी देखना चाहिए कि हम किधर खड़े हैं और हमने क्या किया है, ठीक है जी, और हमारे दोस्तों ने हमारे लिए क्या किया। दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। तो अगर आप अपनी शॉर्टकमिंग्स और अपनी चीजें सामने नहीं रखेंगे तो फिर आप आगे नहीं जा सकेंगे, और आपका दोस्त जो है वो भी फिर हाथ पीछे कर लेगा। क्योंकि अगर CPEC हम ये डिसाइड कर लें कि CPEC हमारे इंटरेस्ट में है, पाकिस्तान की इकोनॉमी के इंटरेस्ट में है, तो फिर देन वी शुड बी वर्किंग 5 hours a day rather than 24 hours a day. दिस इज वेरी क्लियर। वो चाइना ऐसे नहीं बन गया, चाइनीज ने बड़ा हार्ड वर्क किया है, शब खून मारा है, और अभी भी बहुत काम करते हैं। जब तक हार्ड वर्क नहीं होगा, डिसिप्लिन नहीं होगा, ये जो यूथ यहाँ बैठा है वो अगर उन्होंने इस मुल्क को तब्दील करना है तो मेरा ख्याल है इस मुल्क की तब्दील जो है वो यूथ के हाथ। अच्छा जी, व्हाट इज सीपेक डन? देखिए, जब सीपेक शुरू हुआ था तो नो कंट्री वाज विलिंग, प्लीज कीप दिस इन माइंड, नो कंट्री वाज विलिंग टू कम टू पाकिस्तान टू इन्वेस्ट एंड पोर देयर कैपिटल मनी टू पाकिस्तान, because 10 years ago, 9 years ago, this country was infested with terrorism and militancy, a serious kind. Now, of course, with the efforts of government of Pakistan, our military, we have been able to largely contain this problem, although recently, in recent months and years, there is a resurgence or resurfacing of this problem. Inshallah, I hope we'll be able to. Because if you do not have security, if you have militancy, foreign capital, foreign investment will not come. And if foreign investment does not come, that means foreign technology is not coming. That means foreign technology is not coming, your skill set will not improve. God forbid, inshallah, this will not happen. You have collaboration with 8 or 9 universities. Imagine, अगर यहाँ पर खुदा न खास्ता सिक्योरिटी सिचुएशन खराब हो गया, तो ये जो चाइनीज स्कॉलर्स हैं, एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, ये रिलक्टेंट हो गए यहाँ। तो ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है कि इसमें ये जो सिक्योरिटी का मसला है, टेररिज्म का मसला है, मिलिटेंसी का मसला है, इसमें होल ऑफ नेशन अप्रोच की जरूरत है। वन माइंड सेट विद फोकस कि हमने इस मुल्क को कहाँ लेके जाना है। अगर हमने नॉलेज इकोनॉमी बनानी है तो उसको कहाँ लेके जाना है। अच्छा जी, सो डिस्पाइट this terrorism related problem, Chinese came forward because of our past history of friendship between China and Pakistan. Sometimes I get the feeling here, as a Pakistan-China relationship started with CPEC. There is a very rich history of this relationship, more than 70 years. And you can make me stand here for 1 hour and I'll give you episodes and stories and I'll share incidents. How did we help Chinese and how did they help us? At crucial moments, and they are still helping us in these areas, other than CPEC. So somehow one gets the impression that CPEC शुरू हुआ था तो China था CPEC. अच्छा. As a result of CPEC, so Chinese came forward at our request. Then we said, we badly need this energy thing. It turned around 5, 6, 7 years later. Now you have actually surplus energy. More than 8,000, 9,000 megawatt has been added into your system, but your distribution and transmission system is still at fault. So, well, the work is going on that ground. About $26 billion of investment has already come into Pakistan's economy from China, and more will come as projects develop. Infrastructure deficit has been addressed wherever there have been roads, transportation arrangements, new buses, new trains, new roads. So this will help in the long run with Pakistan's GDP growth. Chinese philosophy is that without roads, a country's economy cannot develop. That's true. They have one of the best infrastructure in the world I have seen. Local jobs, about 150 to 150,000, 55,000 local jobs have been created. This is also a misnomer and wrong information which is deliberately spread in Pakistan. कि जी वो जॉब्स नहीं हमें मिले। देखें, ये तो प्रैक्टिकली भी पॉसिबल नहीं है कि अगर कोई बाहर का इन्वेस्ट करने आ रहा है कि वो पूरी अपनी जो है नफरी यहाँ लेकर आएगा। ऑब्वियस है कि वो एक प्रोजेक्ट के लिए अगर इस बिल्डिंग को उसने बनाना है तो वो इंजीनियर्स लेकर आएगा, सुपरवाइजर लेकर आएगा, कुछ मैनेजर्स लेकर आएगा इन लिमिटेड नंबर। अगर इस प्रोजेक्ट में 1000 लोगों ने काम करना है तो उसमें से 200-250 बाहर के होंगे, बाकी आपका होगा local labor and all that. So this is true in respect of all the CPEC projects. I think this you should. Actually, most importantly, I think after CPEC, Pakistan's profile as a regional hub for connectivity and trade hub has improved. 10 साल पहले जब आप ड्राइंग रूम में बैठते थे तो एक ही बात होती थी कि टेररिज्म बढ़ रहा है, सवात में आ रहे हैं, इधर जा रहे हैं। अब क्या होता है? अब डिस्कशन ये होती है हमारे ड्राइंग रूम्स में और दूसरे सर्कल्स में कि जी सीपैक शुरू हुआ है, हमें फायदा नहीं हो रहा। बलूचिस्तान को ज्यादा फायदा होना चाहिए, KP को, which is a good discourse, I would say. It's a good debate. Every province, every region is interested in, in deriving benefit and dividend from this mega, which is a good thing. तो ये एक नया डिबेट शुरू है. पाकिस्तान का प्रोफाइल जो है वो इम्प्रूव हो गया. उसके साथ उसको आप एक कंक्रीट एग्जांपल दे. I have also served in Central Asia and Uzbekistan way back in 95 to 98. At that time, because of this Talibanization and Soviet Union टूटा था, the Central Asian republics which are landlocked and which look to Pakistan for trade and connectivity, they were not interested in talking to us. अब जब से CPEC शुरू हुआ है, आप खुद देख लें, ये फैक्ट्स हैं. ये Central Asian republics जो हैं, they are keen in concluding government to government agreements with Pakistan. Already trade has started with Uzbekistan. Trade has started with Kazakhstan. They want to reach out to the Indian Ocean for their trade with the outside world using Pakistani ports of Karachi and Gwadar. So your regional profile has improved as a result of your participation in CPEC. Potential, what is the potential? Connectivity of Pakistan with China and Central Asia and the wider region. So regional economic integration. If you are not part of the region, if you are not part of the regional economic blocks, trading blocks, you do not conclude agreements bilaterally and multilaterally to promote your exports and trade, then Pakistan will suffer. So this is the potential. Then another offshoot is that we are trying to now incorporate Afghanistan, although the situation is unstable there, but if stability in Afghanistan is very important for this connectivity. All the regional countries look at Afghanistan. That's why they tell Taliban, where you try to improve your profile and you please take some positive action so that the international community engages with you, so that you are recognized. But there is still work to be done on that count. So अफगानिस्तान स्टेबल होगा तो ये सारा आपका जो ये एरिया है, आपका कॉरिडोर, आपको इंडिया की फिलहाल जरूरत नहीं है, इंडिया आपसे बात नहीं करता, छोड़ देंगे. आपका फोकस वेस्ट पर रहेगा और आपका रेवेन्यू बढ़ेगा, आपकी GDP बढ़ेगी. तो मेन स्ट्रीमिंग ऑफ अफगानिस्तान इन CPEC in order to also check militancy and radicalization of Afghan society. All regional countries are concerned over the potential spillover of militancy from Afghanistan. And we are concerned. China is concerned, and other Central Asian countries. So Iran is concerned, Russia is concerned, drug trafficking police. So stability in Afghanistan is very important. Then if CPEC continues, and I hope it gathers some steam now. We had these 3.5 years where it was kind of standstill. So you will get infusion of capital and Chinese technology, and the skill set of your manpower will improve. So I just pray and hope that this kind of technical and vocational institutes, which when I was a student, we used to have polytechnic institutes. I hope इस तरह के और इंस्टीट्यूट्स जो है पाकिस्तान में और बने और स्पेशलाइज्ड ट्रेनिंग जो है वो हमारे यंग लोगों. Another benefit of CPEC will be that our old infrastructure will be upgraded, and wherever you have new roads, you can see it yourself, and creation of local employment. Then another benefit, potential benefit, is the industrialization of Pakistan. As I say, you are de-industrialized. There is no industry in Pakistan. As such, the biggest industry of Pakistan is textiles, which is 60% of your exports, and they are suffering right now. You know what is the figure of textile trade, global trade? Global trade by 2026 is going to be $845 billion in textile alone. And what is Pakistan's share right now, which is your biggest industry? I think it is 0. 0.13%. So there is a lot of work to be done in terms of industrialization. So when you have industrialization, you will have expansion of exports. अब बांग्लादेश से कंपेयर करें, $52 billion की exports है बांग्लादेश की. आपकी जो है वो they are hovering around 25, 26, 24 billion dollars. A country of 246 million population is almost at a standstill as far as exports are. I'm not going into factors. Of course, there are internal factors, extraneous factors. I'm talking of the facts so that you think, okay, how do we change the situation? Then building of, as I said, human resource capacity. यहाँ चाइनीज आएंगे, यहाँ आपको बैठ के आपके साथ काम करेंगे, हमारे लोगों की स्किल से जोड़ेंगे. Whenever I have met Chinese, Pakistani companies which are working with the Chinese here, the Suki Kanari and others. So Pakistani managers and Pakistani experts tell me, okay, we have learned new techniques. Our labor, our workers have learned new techniques in their own fields. This is what is meant by upgradation of HR capacity. Then Gwadhar's emerges as a major transshipment point. Everybody is looking at Gwadar now. और गवादर पे काम स्लो हो गया था पिछले 3-4 साल में. अभी ये गवर्नमेंट कोशिश कर रही है. And I hope once we have this political process is over and there is a new government which is there, so it will reprioritize all these projects. CPEC का जो route है वो आपको पता है KKH है, but it is not fully operational. It gets blocked for the 4.5 months during winter. It's a very difficult terrain. Both countries are trying to become an all-weather highway. I don't know. Hopefully, Chinese will be able to help us out through tunnels and all that. But once it is done, then through the regional trade, we will also get royalty. अब ये Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, अगर ये रूट भी शुरू हो जाएगा in summers, तो पैसा नेशनल किटी में आना शुरू हो जाएगा. और मैंने भी ये बता दिया points कि landlocked Central Asian republics are looking towards Pakistan for this connectivity. What are the challenges? Challenges quickly. Number one, security. Number two, hostility of India to BRI and CPEC and some other important countries. जब आप ये सुनते हैं ना सारा propaganda, तो please keep this in mind. A lot of it is engineered and motivated in order to create doubts in your mind about Pakistan-China relations. I tell you one thing. During the entire 75 years history of Pakistan and China, there has never been such a substantive effort or attempt by our adversaries to create doubts in this relationship, so that CPEC is off track, फायदा ना पहुंचे, पाकिस्तान जो है वो गैर मुस्तकबिल है. Please keep this in mind. So be objective when you analyze something. Go to, जैसे Chinese कहते हैं कि sift the truth to find facts. So, to go to the facts, be objective in your analysis. Don't believe in rumor mongering immediately in speculation. Number three, another challenge is non-fulfillment of contractual obligations at times by our authorities, by government of Pakistan. If you do a contract with a company and all that, you have to fulfill that contract. Otherwise, that company will run away. Red tapeism in our society, in our governmental structure, and I'm sure this university also comes across. हम तो खुद civil servants हैं, हमें पता है किस तरह रुकावटें डाली जाती हैं. System, rules, archaic rules. They don't let you be creative, innovative. एक sanction के लिए मांगते हैं, आप जाता है provincial government के पास फाइल जाती है, वो जाके वो फाइल डूब जाती है. That is not how. 23 layers हैं अभी भी foreign investor के लिए यहाँ पर. Stages 22 to 23. Electricity लेनी है, पानी चाहिए, पानी चीज चाहिए, इस डिपार्टमेंट में चले जाएं, उस डिपार्टमेंट में चले जाएं. आप मुझे बताएं कि जो बेचारा अपना पैसा लेकर यहाँ पर आ रहा है, वो अगर धक्के खाएगा, हम तो चलो भी अभी यूज्ड टू इट नाउ है, ऐसा मसला नहीं. लेकिन वो तो फिर भागेगा, वो कहेगा कि मुझे तो better opportunities available in Vietnam and Cambodia and Bangladesh. वो जो अभी तक यहाँ कायम है, वो इसलिए कायम है कि प्रेसिडेंट शी जिनपिंग का ऑर्डर है If Pakistan is important and Pakistan has not to be left out, stay put despite problems. You know the IPP's problem, how much Pakistan owes, how much money, staggering amount Pakistan contractually owes to Chinese companies. Yet your electricity is still being produced. Despite there are snacks, but still you're getting from Sahiwal and Port Qasim and this. Then another problem we have is litigation. Anybody can go to the court and get the stay order. So वो stay order मिल जाता है, काम जो है वही ठप हो जाता है. ये मैं highlight इसलिए कर रहा हूँ कि आप लोग को ये पता होना चाहिए कि CPEC में क्या-क्या problems आएंगे. Then the problem is non-repatriation of profits. Right now, it's a huge problem because of our foreign exchange situation. Okay, policy में तो ये लिखा हुआ कि 100% repatriation of dividends and profits by a foreign company. But when it comes to hard reality is that they don't have money to repatriate. They cannot repatriate the profit because there are no dollars. And lack of one window operation. Big challenge for Pakistan. Those countries who have succeeded in attracting foreign investment, they have established one window operation. One liner each. China-Pakistan relations, why is it important? There is a very rich history. I will not go into the history. Why is it important? What are the main constituents, main elements? Of course, geographic proximity. Then the geopolitical importance of Pakistan, I explained to you. Then Pakistan's own position in South Asia. Pakistan is the second largest country after India. So when you talk of South Asia, you cannot be dismissive about Pakistan. No country, United States, China, Britain, any country, they cannot be dismissive about Pakistan. So please have confidence in yourself. Confidence that you come from an important country which has great potential, creativity, innovation. Then I think I already highlighted Pakistan's importance as a geo-economic hub, regional hub. Then Pakistan's importance vis-a-vis Afghanistan and regional stability as a hedge against terrorism and militants. Pakistan is seen through the lens that it is a hedge, it's a bulwark against terrorism. Very important. Pakistan's own importance for China's connectivity to Gwadar, to this route. China will be saving on distance and cost to CPEC. Pakistan's importance in the Islamic countries, OIC. Pakistan has always played an important and a leading role in OIC. Then another platform which has come up, which is the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. This is also a very useful platform for regional synergy with Russia, China, Iran. All these countries are very, very important. Commonality of views on regional and global issues and convergence of views on opposition to regional hegemony of India between Pakistan and China. This is also an important element which unifies our relationship. Then we don't have any conflict with China on any issue. We have conflicts with other countries, some other big powers. They want us to do certain things. We don't have any such conflict with China on these issues, on any issue, on any major issue. There can be differences. There can be difference on project implementation. कि जी नहीं आप कुछ और कह रहे हो, कह रहे नहीं आप ऐसे कर लें. Finances के ऊपर problem हो सकती है. Nobody is stopping you to be a hard bargainer, hard negotiator. Chinese are very hard negotiator. We can also do the same. Nobody grudges that against you. But no geopolitical difference, no divergence of opinion. Absence of conflict on any issue, but only the potential to further expand this cooperation as you are trying to do here. And I think lastly, please keep this in mind that this relationship has thrived and has stood all pressures because we have been able to develop mutual trust. Without trust, no relationship can move forward. Mutual trust, mutual interest, mutual support, and non-interference in each other's affairs. Chinese, contrary to the impression sometimes created, Chinese do not interfere in your internal affairs. They do not dictate you. And of course, the all-weather nature of this relationship. So I think I'll conclude here. Thank you very much. I think this relationship has a bright future. And lastly, I would like to say that whatever has been gained under CPEC in the last, actually CPEC, I hope Ashfaq sir will agree with me, it started in 2015. पहले तो जरा गुफ्तगू हो रही थी, finalization of feasibility, technical and financial feasibility. The push was given when President Xi Jinping came here in April 2015. Then, so it is about 8 years old project. Whatever has been achieved, whatever its achievements are, despite problems, despite COVID, despite lack of, mixed opinion or divided opinion on the part of those in power. So it slowed down a little bit, and COVID also added to it. We have been able to achieve, it's a mixed scorecard, but we have been able to gain from CPEC. But this is a window of opportunity for Pakistan. This is not going to be a panacea for all our economic ills. ये काम हमें खुद करना है. अगर 70 साल की प्रॉब्लम्स आपने क्रिएट की हैं इकोनॉमी की, तो वो आपने खुद हल करनी है. CPEC जो है, इट्स अ कैटलिस्ट फॉर सेल्फ रिलायंस and economic development. Tomorrow, when this institution, inshallah, 8 years down the line, 10 years down the line, when it will fully acquire its international stature, when the foreign students will start coming here, and they will look at this university, this university is imparting the best possible education and training, and when they start coming here, that means your collaboration with Austria and your collaboration with China and other foreign countries has succeeded in really making this into a center of excellence. So I want to emphasize, this is not a panacea, this is not a game changer that way, but it is an instrument, it's a tool, it's a vehicle for Pakistan to learn from the best practices of China, to take whatever technology is available now. 10 years down the line, China के पीछे तो क्यों लगी हुई है, सारे developed countries वहाँ जा रहे हैं technology लेने के लिए, capital investment. So this is an opportunity for Pakistan, get the best out of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Masood, Khalid sir. Honestly speaking, quite a candid talk. For the first time, no statistics.